guys, Hadley here with Corolla Village Inn, and I am hanging out in the great room in front of the fire. It was a little cloudy outside today, so I thought, hey, nice thing to do in the off season now that it's officially kicked in. And that also brings some other things along with it. The off season gets to be a time where you get to focus on things that you didn't have the time to think about before. And so one of those is going to be creating a video blog for the inn, so a vlog. We'll have a YouTube channel, and we're going to try and highlight things that we think are interesting in the Corolla community. And that will be a wide range of things. It might be an event that's going on. It might be something that's blooming. It might be something that washes up on the beach. It might be something that is a seasonal food. So kind of tune in and see what's going on in a town that hopefully is near and dear to many of your hearts. If there's anything of interest that you guys would look forward to hearing about, please let us know that as well. But I thought it would be fun because I'm hanging out in the great room today, that we might start off with a little bit talk about these things. So we've got a coffee table right here in our lobby, and I've stocked it with all kinds of whelks, which are shells that wash up on the beach in Corolla. And if you're lucky, you can find them. And I did find these whelks. Sometimes people don't believe it, but whelks, if you're in the right place at the right time, you can find a lot of times hundreds of them all in one spot. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what makes a whelk and kind of give you some tips on how you might find them yourself. Okay, so real quick, we have 3 different kinds of whelks that we see on our beaches up this way in Corolla. We have a lightning whelk, we have a channeled whelk, and we have a knobbed whelk. And the way we can tell these apart is, well, one, the channel's pretty obvious because it looks very different. When you look at the grooves, the top grooves on this, it's very smooth. You don't have all the light bumps that you have on these two. And the other way to distinguish these two, which look pretty similar, is to actually look at which side the opening is on. So there's a snail that lives in this shell. And so if you open it up, flip it over, you're going to see that these actually have opposite openings. One opens on the left-hand side and one opens to the right-hand side. So if it opens on the left-hand side, you are looking at a lightning whelk. And if you're looking at this one opening on the right-hand side, that's a knobbed whelk. Quick, easy way for me to remember that when I'm on the beach: left, lightning, those start with L, and that's just my quick little mnemonic on how to remember that. If you've ever been on the beach and found a long yellow coil of small pouches, this is actually the egg case for whelks. Each pouch is filled with baby whelks that have yet to emerge. You'll know if the coil you have found has successfully hatched because you can actually see the tiny whelks inside the pouches if they haven't made it out successfully. Once hatched, these snails will continue to grow and add coils to their homes, eventually reaching the larger sizes that we find on the beaches. If you find whelks with snails still inside them, I generally recommend returning them to the sea. Even if they don't survive, at least they'll provide food for some underwater critter, and they won't stink up your home, which is always a plus. The best time for looking for whelks is going to be after a storm, and a lot of times they'll wash up on one stretch of the beach. So the best thing to do is just keep looking until you find one of those little pockets where the tide has brought them all up into a low area. Low tide is usually a great time to go, and if you get really lucky, you'll just be able to walk along and pick them up to your heart's content.